Hey, good morning, everybody. I think there'll be a few more, hopefully that will join us this morning, because they did want to have some time to break out and talk about what's working well in a district as far as membership goes, and see where we can use that going forward into Nancy's year. Um, I was going to have Nancy say a few words, but then I see she disappeared already.
No, no, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm packing right after repack. Pack and repack, my new name. Yeah. No, no. Everybody, thank you so much. And membership, and I hate even saying the word because I don't want to keep feeling like we push our members into bring more members, pay more money. But we are getting a lot of training and a lot of encouragement from Rotary International, from our leadership zone on the West Coast, and of course, then from me at the district to you in the clubs to really stress in my opinion, we want to stress the club experience because I think if we really do a better job at exciting our members about what Rotary does on all levels, internationally, throughout our zones, in our own district, and in our clubs, and with other clubs. And they really see the potential and they get excited about what they're doing. Then they're going to enjoy the membership better and they'll be more likely to bring other people into membership. So, I think we need to just not look at members to pop up our numbers, but look at the club experience and do a better job of sharing how wonderful that can be so that more people want to bring in more friends, more neighbors, more family members. I think we're really missing out on realizing that our best nest new member is our spouse, our children. Somebody's new. Anyway, so membership is really key. And what Randy's looking at in the coming year is some new ideas that have been used in other areas in the zone that have been helping to bring in members. But not just bringing in members, all of us need to help work with we have some AGs here and club presidents and very involved people are here on this Zoom. So we want to really just look at keeping in touch with our current members, even if they don't attend a meeting very often, making sure they know that they're still part of that club and what they might want to get involved in. They might want to do something they don't even realize we've got a lot of activities. So membership is really, really important because with greater membership, Rotary can do greater things in the world. Okay. So thank you.
Thanks, Nancy. Want to jump over and introduce Janet real quickly. Janet is our district PI chair for the year, and we've been in conversation with a district out in Washington that has been extremely successful this year through social media advertising. And I know Janet's got to leave a little early. So I wanted to give her a chance to talk about social media advertising and the impact that it can have for our district. So Janet, all yours.
Hey, thank you, Randy, and nice to see everybody. Yeah, officially starting as your public image chair on Tuesday. And before I jump into social media, since I have all of you here, I would just like to say that we have a wonderful monthly newsletter that will be going out around between the 1st and the 5th of the month. And Nancy, you'll be seeing it shortly. We finished it up yesterday. The website is being refreshed, and that will also be going live on Tuesday. And additionally, we are managing the social media for the 3 pages. There are 2 Hawaii Club pages, Hawaii Rotary Club pages, one for the district, one for our Rotary in Hawaii initiatives, and the other one is our Instagram. So you will start seeing posts 3 times a week, very relevant to what is actually happening in our district. And I am asking all of you leaders in Rotary to email me. I will chat you my email before I depart at 10:30. Please send me anything for the newsletter, for social media ideas, for the website. Rotary is nothing without the people that make up the membership. And I need to be hearing from the neighbor island folks. I'm in Honolulu. So by all means, please jump on the bandwagon and help communicate what's going on with events, activities, and your islands. So thanks for letting me spew that first, my little pitch for PI first, Randy. So really, what is social media? Okay, I'm going to talk for a few minutes and take questions. All it is a place to be able to be relevant with your messaging, to reach new people, because we have public pages. Many of you might have Facebook, Instagram, and they may not be public. Of course, all clubs, organizations, and business pages are public. So we have the opportunity to reach the entire public. When we do organic posts, which is not a paid post, it can go out to the 1 million people in the state of Hawaii across all islands with that message of whatever it is at no cost. It is basically a no-brainer to be developing a great membership social media initiative. And I think Randy and we need to carve out some time together and develop that. Because if you give me those posts, I will put them on the Rotary pages, and then you have your membership. Does the Rotary membership committee have its own social media page? I don't think so.
No.
Then it's fine. We can be using the Rotary district pages. And then you can I encourage every single one of you folks at your club level to go be following those, first of all, and then be sharing those messages. That's one of the keys, is actually following those and then sharing it. It's super simple. You want to share it on your personal pages. You want to share it on your club pages. So whoever's managing PI or social media for your club, please share this with them to monitor the Rotary clubs. And if you're interested in marketing, helping us market membership, sharing those specific posts. It's a no-brainer. It takes 2 seconds. So make a note if you have questions about that, because I'll be happy to answer any technical questions about that. Randy connected me with a gentleman in Washington State not long ago who has been running a Rotary advertising campaign to generate new interest in membership. And it's been phenomenally successful. I believe the numbers were staggering. Randy, I don't have them in front of me. Something like double-digit increases in membership just due to the outreach on social media with the membership message. Do you happen to recall by any chance the increase? It was big.
Yeah, the last time I spoke with Corey, I think they were up over 300 in the district, but that was prior to, you know, the June drop. He expected that the district was going to finish out around 150 to 200 new members for the year, a net increase.
I mean, that's huge. And he's pointing to the social media initiative that was consistent, contiguous, ongoing for a year, generating that interest from outside prospects. So that's what we're going to do. So on a district level, we will develop some messaging. However, I would like to share on the Rotary pages, the club pages, the district level pages, your membership posts, but you have to send them to me. So let's talk about what a good membership post would be. And then we'll talk about advertising, Randy. Let's say you're having your annual event, fundraiser, what have you. And it's always been open to the public, and it's still open to the public. These types of events that benefit a community organization such as your Rotary Club in your local area is a wonderful place to expose a brand new prospect to Rotary. So if you would, I'll probably end up setting up a Google Drive folder, Naomi, for people to actually go in and put this information, and we'll share it with all Rotarians. Go ahead and throw the verbiage. So what's a good social media post? It's about 20 to 40 words. Nobody wants to read a book on social media because we're scrolling, right? we're scrolling and we see something that we're interested, that's when we stop and we read it. Then the picture is very important. I'm going to look to you folks. Let's say you're on Kauai or Maui or the Big Island. I'm going to look to you folks to share the flyer for that event or a photograph from last year's event, something relevant. It has to make sense. So content, copy, and an image. If you send those to me, my social media team, which is made up of 2 of my staff members at my marketing firm, Tiffany, Pauline, and myself. We're looking for more volunteers out there. 1 from every neighbor island would be nice, but currently that's the team. And currently I have the first 3 weeks social media calendar scheduled. In fact, Nancy and Naomi, I need to send that to you. We finished it up yesterday, launching it Tuesday. But we need membership messaging. And so go ahead and maybe I'll have Naomi speak to the administrative side of this, but we'll share a folder where all you have to do is throw your content in there. And we can go in there once a week and we can grab your content. That way we can cut down on the hundreds of emails that we get every day. Now let's talk about the advertising campaign. Putting money behind social media drives, let's call it a membership drive, is really the way to increase engagement, viewership, and clicks. It is all about the clicks. Okay, viewership. When you buy an ad on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and those are the platforms we're going to use, we would develop a membership message. Randy and I will develop those messages either around events, activities, or a great reason to consider attending a Rotary Club or a Rotary event. We have to have a call to action. It can't just be, hey, we're Rotary and you should click on this link and check out our website. That will do absolutely nothing. What will do something is, hey, we have this, Paniolo, I'm going to pick on Nancy for a minute, Paniolo party on July 18th or whatever day it is.
13th.
What day?
13. July 13.
July 13th. Okay.
Sunday the 13th.
Yeah, I did a big article in your newsletter, which you haven't seen yet.
No.
And if you'd like to join us for some hoedown fun, click on this link to grab your tickets and learn more about Rotary in the process and have a fun day with your family, especially if you're in this area. Oh, it's on the Big Island. You have to have all the elements. You have to have the who, what, where, when, why. The why is by far the most important. So you got to cram all of that into 20 to 40 words, and then you have a link, and then you have the graphic of the photo. Giving people a reason to check out Rotary is how this is going to work. It can't just be a flat, check out Rotary. Here's our membership link on our website. Read all about Rotary. No, we're going to do this with action-oriented items. Now, People of Action is a perfect example. The reason that the People of Action campaign is going on, I think 7 or 8 years now, whoever developed that branding campaign, the reason it works is it says so much. Rotary is made up of people. We are action-oriented people. So that simple phrase, People of Action, says a lot. We're going to be doing the same thing with the membership. We're going to be incorporating action items. So participation, events, fundraisers, activities, something to participate in. And we can also do, we can do some regular, what I call generic ads, Randy, where we're inviting people to the Rotary Club in their area. We've got a great map. It's called a Club Finder on the website, and people can click there and find the Rotary Club closest to them. We can do that, but we can't just do that. The ads, we didn't come up with a budget yet, Nancy, but we will come up with a budget. So going back to the social media ads and how it works, it's going to increase viewership. If I do a post, if you look on Facebook today and you go to the Rotary Club's page, we have one that's a blue branded one, and then one that drives people to the Rotary in Hawaii, which is a different website, our marketing website, if you will, which is still needing to be updated. You will see one is orange, one is blue. You will see the posts. And I don't want to take time away right now, but if you went on there right now, you'll see that our posts are reaching a few people and a few people are commenting. When you do an ad, you determine the amount of tens of thousands of people to target. You can do it statewide, or I can do it island-wide. I can even do it Hilo or Kona, for instance, if we're talking about the Big Island. We can target people that are different interests. Social media, Meta, we'll call it Meta because that covers Facebook and Instagram, gives you the opportunity when you develop an ad to target people. You're going to target people by age. You're going to target people by interests. Those are and then target them by geographic. So the geographic is very important if it's a specific island event. If it's a statewide initiative, then we go state of Hawaii. And you purchase how many views you want. Facebook says for 5,000 people to see this, it's going to cost you X. And we'll determine that based on the initiative. Let's say it's a small event in Hilo. Well, we don't need to spend the same amount that we would if we were targeting the state of Hawaii with a statewide initiative. Some of the interests that work very well for Rotary are social issues, are community activities, volunteerism. These are all categories that you can actually select. And so what happens is you're taking that funnel, if you will, and you're making it very narrow. And you're targeting people that you really think would be, what we're doing is we're pre-qualifying prospects or people that will see the ad. And I think with that, Randy, we can probably stop. But the bottom line is we're going to have an organic campaign. And I'd love to have someone on your committee, Randy, sending me some content and the neighbor islands. And we're going to develop some ads based on what our goals are and our budget is. And they'll be working simultaneously all year long. We will actually be able to track the results of those ads. So at the end of each month or week, based on how long we're running the ad, we can see how many people clicked, let's say it's an Eventbrite ticket. How many people clicked on the Eventbrite ticket? And then from Eventbrite, of course, then you can look at your conversions. So with that, I think I've outwinded myself, and I'll open it up for questions. I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has. And again, looking for helpers to help me with all this.
Janet, what I wanted to let everybody know is, so the need is absolutely all of us, like even us that just came back from Calgary, in our Nest newsletter, Janet could have a bunch of photos. We could put together something and excite our newsletter goes to our members. So that would excite them about Taipei. So we should put together, Rich is there somewhere, put together sort of the combination. We all had a great time in Calgary, signed up for Taipei. Again, I think we have too many well-kept secrets in Rotary about great things that are available for all of us as members. So that would be one thing. And then as we do the social media campaign, our clubs have to be ready for that person to come to the event, to come to a meeting, to come back, get back to them. And I think that I'm trying to work on, I've got somebody in Hilo that might help, but we need to find people that could help our different clubs improve their own personal club runner and their websites and stuff, because a lot of those are really tired. And I mean, we got it on our own. Contact me, Rotary District 5000, P.O. Box blank, 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 Honolulu. No phone number, and that actual contact me. So we got to help all the clubs know to make sure they got phone numbers, they got websites, email addresses, they've got whatever it is. And then they have to be personally ready to follow up. So I know we have some membership committee chairs from clubs here, and that's where the membership committees have to be ready to, when they get a name, they get a number, they get some kind of contact, which could come in any number of different directions, not just our social media. Rotary International is funneling members, and they're going to pick and assign them to different clubs. So we need to be ready, have our membership committees ready to get in touch with somebody in a day or two, not a week or two or a month later. So everybody's got a lot of work to get ready to do. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to respond to that. It's critical. Otherwise, it's all for naught. whatever we do, especially if we are spending money on ads, we absolutely have to have a point of contact that will accept responsibility.
Mhm.
I wanted to answer a question in the chat from, is it Jen? Ginny? Jen? I didn't
It's from
chat.
Gina.
Gina.
Yeah.
Yes, I will be happy to share the marketing calendar once it's done. I've been fast and furiously. Oops, I'm losing it. I've been fast and furiously. Fast and furiously getting all the assets done, the website, the newsletter, the social media, Nancy's press release. And I can tell you, I can give you an outline of the calendar. The calendar is going to be, there's going to be and I'll put it on paper. There will be a newsletter at the first of every month. The website will be updated on a regular basis. But if anybody chooses to share information about what they'd like to see on the website, it's going to make it better. Instead of complaining about the website, you need to send me an email and say, can we do this? And I will be responding, or Richard, who is our webmaster. And then finally, the social media calendar. So that will be developed and given to Nancy on the first of every month, along with the newsletter and press releases for every major district event. I'm responsible for getting the communication out on a district level for PR. So I'm in the process of writing a beautiful one about Nancy. Hopefully we'll hit the media next week. However, beyond that, I don't have a marketing calendar. It's something that I will have to develop. I'm not going to be calling it a marketing calendar because I'm not doing marketing. It's public information, which everything falls under, including advertising, including PR, including digital marketing, et cetera, et cetera. So yes, it's a great suggestion. I will put it on my list. Any other questions?
Okay, this is Janice.
Question,
I don't know if you can, go ahead. Hello?
Yeah.
It's all
Dennis.
yours.
Sorry, guys. Sorry I was late. I lost the email to get into the call. You guys may have covered this, and that was a great presentation, by the way. Our
Yeah.
marketing team, excuse me, our public information team at the district is phenomenal. I don't know if you covered promoting, getting it down to the individual club level. Did you guys cover promoting speakers of interest at the club level and the best way to do that? You know, sometimes, and not all the time, but sometimes we get a pretty unique speaker that may be interested to the public and what they're going to cover. And I'm thinking too, like for the website, if there was a listing of speakers, maybe even at the district level, and I know this is another task, but think about it. If I was looking at the website for Rotary, and you know, we're talking about community projects and et cetera, but our meetings, our weekly or monthly meetings, if there was a list of, you know, cool speakers and topics, that would grab me, I think. And so just a thought, just wanted to put that out.
No. Oh, Naomi.
Okay, so we're going to start a monthly meeting for club service chairs. This would be on the first Wednesday of the month. Benson's going to do this, and is to help the club service committee think about the club experience, but also share what kind of speakers that they have that were good. But we're also going to put back the speakers bureau on the website so that if you need a speaker, you can look on there. But it's the club service chair meeting that we have every month that we can share what's working and who the best speakers are. So watch out for that information.
No, that's
Yeah, the Speakers Bureau, great idea. First I've heard of that. And what we'll be asking everyone out, you know, probably via the assistant governors, is to submit those. And then people will be able to contact them. So a Speakers Bureau typically has the name of a speaker, a description of the speaker, and their contact information. So that sounds fantastic, Naomi, as long as the clubs do that. But I wanted to address something else that you said, which was it sounded like initially you were asking about how to promote speakers at the club level. There's so many things you can do, and I will post that information if it's sent to me, and it is sent to the PI team now. Like some of the bigger clubs, like Honolulu Club, they send the public information chair their speakers, and I simply share it. Or they say, can you share this post? However, at the club level for the Waikiki Rotary, I do a newsletter every week and send it out to my members. I post the speakers on our website, and we try to post them on our social media in advance. And that actually helped. We've only started really focusing on doing that on a religious level in the last 2 years. It has helped attendance tremendously.
Mhm.
No, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah, well, I think it's a great idea, and what I kind of think Dennis is adding to it is, first off, I get some of these postings now, Waikiki Club and all of this, and I'm sitting here and he'll like go, wow, I'd like to go over there and hear that speaker. So, I mean, and I mean, seriously, I'd love to go hear that speaker and that topic. So I think that if we did, even in our social media, we get that out there, and of course, we'll be focusing. So the zip code areas that we're hitting on the Big Island, we may or may not want to tell them what's going on in Honolulu or Kauai, but we might have that be there too, because then they understand the gravity and the possibilities. But yeah, if you're in that zip code and our social media is putting it out there, we definitely want to know what great speakers are coming to each meeting and when, because hey, that way the public's welcome to come to the meeting and hear the speaker.
Let me address that zip code thing that you're commenting on. There's 2 things about targeting. You cannot target organic posts.
Okay.
So let's say, Nancy, your social media person at your club is promoting the speaker at your club this week.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's an organic post, which means it's not an ad. You don't have the targeting capability to say, only show this to people in this zip code. That option only happens when you are purchasing social media ads, because all clubs, organizations, and businesses are open to the public. Whereas with a Facebook personal page, you can privatize it, but all clubs and organizations, it's a function of Meta. They're all open to the entire public. You can do a really good job trying to organically target with hashtags. So a hashtag is that #, and it could say the name of your club. It could say, you could tag it. It's called tagging. You could say Hilo. You could say whatever. You could attempt to mess with the work with the algorithm with something called search engine optimization by using hashtags to target, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to work. It's just a way to get people in Hilo, for instance. If it's hashtag Hilo, more people in Hilo will see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, also, we have the district calendar, and so people can put their meetings and information. So make sure that when you put something on the district calendar, it's got enough information about the meeting and who to call if they need to call someone to get to that meeting. So that's on the district. If you can put it on the district website, that would be good.
So that's, Naomi, I got to go in about 2 minutes, but that's super important. I don't think a lot of clubs know this. You can upload anything you want, whether it's your event, your fundraiser, an upcoming speaker, right to the district calendar, which is it's a feed that appears on the website. I wish I could show you the website that's going to launch, the website refresh that's going to launch on Tuesday, but we have it right up front, and it's date ordered, so you'll be able to see it right up front in the upper right corner. You're going to love it, Nancy. And if you have access to Club Runner and you upload that event, it will populate there.
Yeah,
You can
so
do
just-
that yourself. And if you don't want to do it that way, you send it to us and we'll do it for you.
Okay, so you just want to make sure that when you put it on the calendar, you categorize it on what it is, because
What
there
it
are
is.
categories for things.
Yeah.
And that's Janet in the chat. Clay is asking if there's a plan for marketing. I guess public district wide. So you're going to do some PSAs, right?
Oh yeah, let me talk about that. I'm trying to find her message. besides social media, what is the statewide marketing? I answered that a few minutes ago. I'll answer it again. District marketing calendar. Yeah, I'm working on that. And newsletter, publications at Monami, public relations. What?
No, that's the email address to send to.
Oh,
Email address.
great. So everybody grab those email addresses in the chat and be very helpful to me, please. The public relations is at my company. Public relations at Monami. That goes directly to my PR volunteer. Her name is Catherine on the newsletter. And please don't inundate her with unnecessary emails. If you have got something, just submit it. But we are going to eventually get a Google folder instead where everyone can put things. Yes, we are going to come up with a annual public information calendar. And the plan that I laid out earlier is monthly newsletters, regular website updates. I'm posting to social media, all 3 pages. I have 2 Hawaii clubs and 1 Instagram, 3 to 4 times a week, plus sharing your posts on a regular basis, press releases for all district level events and activities, and then anything else that Nancy wants me to do. And I'm
Well,
going to put it all on paper, and everything will be tied to the district calendar.
But Nancy has some budget money for PSAs on TV.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, PSAs. Okay, so first of all, everybody pay attention because I just edited this week the public service announcement that I helped Josh and his team do last year, and it will continue running this coming month. And during the month of July, August, Nancy and Naomi and I are working on a new PSA campaign for whatever medium we decide. We haven't chosen it yet, but yes, we will be doing public service announcements as part of the PI budget.
Okay, Alan's got his hand up. Alan, okay, Naka, Hilo Bay.
Hey, good morning, Janet. Thanks for the presentation.
Sure.
One of the things I'd like to suggest is we market to our existing members with very good, concise, and powerful narratives of why we need members or new members. And often we go out there and we say things like, well, if we don't get new members, the club dies. It's a very negative thing that doesn't say anything. So I've been kind of struggling trying to come up with narratives as to why do we need new members? We need their resources, we need their talents, we need their skills, but expand on that to have our existing members have elevated talking points and that they can easily talk about Rotary without having to struggle with just the negative about, well, we just need new members for no reason at all.
Thank you.
That's something more that I think Randy and district membership team, I'm hoping that we'll work together with you as club membership chairs on coming up with outlines of options that clubs can, see what fits them to, get in touch with current members, keep them excited, get in touch with members that haven't come to meetings for a long time, make sure that your new members are staying involved and connected. So we're going to have a list of ideas on maybe how, and not every idea is going to work for every club, but at least kind of put a smorgasbord of ideas out there. Huh, Randy?
Well, I follow what Alan's asking, and it dovetails right into what Janet was talking about. In order to do good in the world, to do good locally, we have to have members, but then we need the specifics of, what those members are doing, so the members or current members understand, why we need to increase members. If we need more people working at the food bank than what we currently have, well, the only way to do that is bring in new members or have more engaged members. So I understand where Alan's coming from. I think it is important that we have that information out there on what the clubs are doing and the impact that they're making worldwide and locally.
I want to work with you on this, Alan and Randy, because 5 years ago, Rotary International came up with a great elevator pitch. And I don't know if you guys remember it. But it was solid. It was fantastic. And we could expand on that and localize it and give it to our members. Because people are, it's called an elevator pitch because you're standing in an elevator and someone says hi and they say, "Oh, is that a Rotary shirt you're wearing?" And then you're armed with the ability to talk about Rotary in a consistent method that talks about why we need them. And Alan, I want to be very transparent with you and honest. As a marketing professional, typically this messaging has to be flipped a little bit, right? Because people want to know what's in it for them. And that's when they typically respond. So what you said is important, and it's the crux, and it's the reason that we're part of Rotary, and it's the reason that we would talk to a stranger about Rotary or help arm our members. But we usually have to flip it to for marketing to be effective. Why should I care about what you're saying to me right now? What's in it for me? Why should I care? Now, what's in it for me often is, you feel good helping your fellow man. You have an opportunity to meet new people. You have an opportunity to have, if you're retired, for instance, to have a wonderful place to go, to make new friends, network on a regular basis. But you have to flip that message to the you. We call it in marketing the you. Why do you care? So we can work on this. And it all comes down to including that message about why it's important. Why do we need new members? However, when you're talking to a cold call, a prospect who has no clue, they've never heard of Rotary, for instance, you really need to say, we have this great, wonderful organization that we would like to invite you to because you can X, Y, Z. Because we are bombarded on a daily basis with marketing messages. And so you have to cut through the clutter by reaching that person on an emotional level of what's in it for them. Does that make sense? And by any chance, do you agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. In a cold call, it's you have to grab them, without getting into too many details. Thank you.
Hey, Janet, thank you very much. I know you got to go.
Yeah, but one last thing. Alan, you said you had some narratives you've been working on. Would you be willing to share those with me?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm trying to write little anecdotes of things. For instance, when we had a conference at Coalina, the valet person who got my car up to me, said, "Boy, you guys all gathering here. What are you guys doing?" And I said, "Well, we're all Rotarians and we do good in the world." And he looked at me, he nodded his head with a slight smile. He had to go get another car, but I think it really got him. Those few words, just we do good in the world.
Yes.
So
Please
Janet,
share.
you're gonna have monthly meetings with the public image chairs
Yes,
and clubs, right? So maybe you can talk about that more at the
absolutely. And I apologize, I gotta go. I've got another engagement. Thank you everyone for being here. Randy, we need to get on each other's calendar to start developing this ad campaign. So let's connect next week, Randy.
Okay, thanks, Janet. Your presentation was awesome.
You're welcome. Thank you
Tons
for
and tons
inviting
of
me.
information.
You're welcome. See ya.
Okay, we're going to kind of jump into some things that I wanted to cover real quickly. We're going to do breakout rooms and stuff, but I don't know that we're going to have much time to do that, to do the breakout rooms. But a couple of things that I did want to get across, and then we can maybe toss around some things that are working very, very well in the district, to share with everybody. But one of the things that Janet and Naomi mentioned as far as leads go, this social media advertising will create leads just instantly. But one of the key things that Corey Lombardi, by the way, is the membership chair for District 27. So he's done very, very well in his district, and his message is pretty good. But one of the things that he said that is working very, very well for them, and one of the keys to their success is whenever they get a lead, they act on it within 24 hours. Yeah, they and they don't just send an email, but they close the loop many times within 24 hours of getting that lead, which was one of the reasons why they've been so successful. Is if somebody has an inquiry, boom, they're contacted practically the same day, and then the connections are made. So timing is, again, extremely important. Um, some of the things that, well, and those that have heard me talk before, and we're at PEPS, our RI president, like Mario, now he's looking at things from a global perspective, obviously, but whenever he says that membership in North America is at the crisis mode, he's talking about the decline in membership as a whole throughout North America. For us here in District 5000, currently, we're doing pretty good. We're on the positive side of membership at this point. I think we're up 41 as of this morning. 30 Rotarians, 11 Rotaractors. So Rotaract has been doing quite well. Of course, we've got about 3 more days, and some of the cleaning up of the rosters and stuff will probably take place this weekend. So I'm in hopes that number 30 holds up for the district as a whole. And I think going forward, it's just very, very important that each one of the clubs, every club out there, I know they've inputted their goals, but have they gave enough thought to the goal, their membership goal for the year? And if their membership goal, in my opinion, and Nancy will have her own, but for me, for a club that breaks even for the year, that's a success. So when we look at all our 50 clubs, if they manage to maintain and have a net increase of 0, I think that's a successful year, because I know many of the clubs out there are okay with their current size, and if that's what the president and the board of directors want to do, so be it. So I think personally that's a successful year. Now, I also think that for it to be a good year, you got to have a net of +1. A fantastic year, you got a 5% increase, net increase for your membership out there. And we've had a number of clubs this year that have exceeded those standards. So they've done very, very well. And I see Jay smiling, because I know Kihei Wailea is one of those that have done extremely well this year. And we'll get Jay to hopefully share some of those reasons why they did extremely well this year. One other thing I wanted to get out before we run out of time, whenever we start talking about the successes of this year, is we're going to continue the membership meetings at the same time as we did this year, and it's going to be the second Wednesday of every month at 5:30. That's what Connie had set. I think it's a good time. I don't want to change the times. People are into a routine, so let's keep that routine the same. And with that, that's what I wanted to make sure that we got out. I think, Janet's message this morning was very, very important. If we can make the social media advertising work for us, it's going to make all of our jobs, a lot easier. But it's going to take our participation, because Janet can't do it on her own. She's going to need those still photos, those action photos, in a very short 1 or 2 lines about what it's about, so she can take that and get it posted on social media advertising. So with that, I think, Naomi, I don't think we have time enough to do a breakout unless it's like a 5-minute. So I'd like to toss it out there and maybe pick on Jay first, and then Tina, folks that have done their clubs have done well this year. I know Paul has done well out there, with his club. But to hear from you guys on what you think was the key for your success this year as far as membership, and what the rest of us might be able to take and learn from you. So Jay, would you like to share?
I will. Well, I have to give most of our new members, first of all, bringing that in. Al Weiland is our membership chair, and we give him a coffee budget. When someone is interested in the club, he takes them out to coffee, explains everything to them, explains that they should, how much they should expect to take out of their pocket for dues and for contributions, and about giving to their time to projects. The other thing is that we have a terrific person on social media. She's fairly new, but we have posts on social media 3-4 times, at least, probably more than that, a week. And not always Rotary things. That's something that's of interest in Maui. We tag it so that people would look at the Rotary, our website. It comes up that way. I'm beginning to understand social media. I'm not really too good at it, but I'm beginning to. And the other thing is that our club webpage, or whatever, the club webpage is updated every week with a new meeting and whatever, what's going on. That's always updated every week. We do that. And the other thing, to try and hold our members, I send out a little reminder of, I don't do a full newsletter, but, what our meeting is, and to please do this, and, please think of attending and all. So I'm sorry I came in late. I shut down my computer. I unplugged it when I went over to Calgary, and it took forever to start up. I started on my phone finally. I realized I could do that. But, just the social media part is very important. Contacting people. We're only personally on Facebook, but we're trying to get to the other ones, and we will. And that's what it is. Show your face in the community, like other people's things that are good for the community, and that seems to be good. And of course, when you have a prospective member, don't just say, okay, we have a good member. Someone who wants to join our club, we have a warm body. Make sure that they're going to be good for the club, a good member. And I think that's important, to try and hold on to your members.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that good information. I like that coffee budget. That's kind of spot on. Never heard of that before. Perfect.
Well, I kid him, I'm going to put it in the budget, but we really don't take it out of our club money, but Al takes care of it.
All right, Tina, would you like to share what you guys did this year and what's working for you?
Sure. So I made sure and encouraged all of our club members to wear the Rotary shirts when we go out in the community. I make sure I wear my Rotary necklace. And like Alan said earlier, that kind of starts a conversation with people in the community. And I make sure I'm out there talking to people about Rotary. And I always invite them as a guest to come and have lunch. And I've encouraged our other members to do the same. And we were able to get 13 new members that way, just by putting ourselves out there, encouraging them to participate in an event or come and have lunch. And then I always have a club membership application ready to give them right there. And talking about leads, as you mentioned, the leads that come in, I made sure I got back within 24 hours to these people. And we got some members that way. So.
Awesome. 13 is in some people's mind, it's an unlucky number, but I think it's a good number myself.
Good number.
Jay, you had something else?
I forgot one thing. The fourth meeting of our month, we'd either do a club social or a Rotary on the road, and we always invite other people to come. And we've gotten couple of members that way. And by the way, 13, that's the original 13 colonies. That's the number of stripes on our flag. So it is good. But the social media, invite people to a project. And that seems to help.
Yes.
Paul, do you want to share your successes up there in Mililani?
Thank you, Randy. Instead of sharing what we did in Mililani, I would rather share my position as assistant governor for Wahoo Central, and very, very proud of the 5 clubs that we have out here. And Tina's club is one of the clubs that is part of Wahoo Central. And we have made up at Pearl Harbor Club, and Tina and I, in fact, we inducted several of their members into Rotary. And I just thought that what Tina's done this Rotary year, and she's going to be taking over as assistant governor for Wahoo Central, she's going to continue that relationship. We also made up, Tina was there, Naomi was there yesterday. We made up at Pro Ridge Rotary Club. And they're going to have a bang up year. They got a new president, Eric Fujimoto, is coming in, and he is concentrating on increasing the size of Pro Ridge Club. And he's going the youth route. And he's already selected, I believe, 4 already before the year started with these young clubs. And Eric has got a goal of 12 new members that they're going to be bringing in. So with Tina's 13 this past year, and I'm sure she's going to continue that route with Dennis there at Pearl Harbor. I want to give a little shout out also to Hickam Pearl Harbor. I believe they're growing by 5 this year. And it just demonstrates that if you've got good leadership at the top, it's easier to grow membership. And the clubs that we have out there, I'm very, very happy and proud, and to hand over the reins of assistant governor to Tina, because she can take what she did at the club level into Central Oahu. But the kudos go to the other clubs. And I just thank you, Randy, for giving me this opportunity to share with what the other clubs in Central Oahu is doing. And hopefully, under Tina's leadership, we will continue this trend. Watch out for the Rotary Club of Pro Ridge. I see a lot of good things happening there. And that goes well for you, Nancy, because now they're going to be under your leadership too.
It's all of us. We all got to work together. So no, good news.
Thanks, Randy.
Randy?
Thanks, Paul.
Randy, we just have 5 minutes left, so I wanted to kind of wrap up everybody's comments to say the common thread here is the visibility. So when your clubs are visible in the community, people want to join what you're doing. So Lahaina Sunset, for instance, you folks are out there, people can see what the projects you're doing. For Pearl Harbor, you've got the Pathways to Peace, people can see that you're doing this great program. So it's that visibility that's important, that people can see what you're doing. They want to jump on that wagon and join you. But the other thing is when they come to your meeting, they want to feel that it's a good meeting, that they want to be part of your group. So, Tina's club, they have a steady site where they're meeting. It's fun. People are friendly. And so it's that club experience that's really important as well. So, all of these things on your team for your club need to work together. Public image working together with social media, your club service, making the club experience well, your membership, bringing in those members right away. That is the whole package to put it together. So I think, Randy, what you wanted to do was see what action plans that every club has to move forward with the year.
Yeah, exactly. That was one of the last things I wanted to talk about was the action plans. They being so important because we all know that if you don't put it down in writing, don't commit to a plan, then all the the good thoughts never ever come together, and the next thing you know, the year is over, and you never really got to do what you really wanted to do. But if you have a written plan, an action plan, and you can talk to your board about it on where you're at, and your president on a weekly, monthly basis, then it becomes, you know, a live and active document. And the other thing that you know, I just wanted to reemphasize, and I'll let Nancy close it out, was that you know, whenever Paul was talking about Pearl Ridge and the president being excited and high energy, I can tell you that is maybe the most important thing that you can do. I think Connie would attest to that. Her excitement and positive energy and approach created a phenomenal year for Rotary Club of Hilo during her year as president, because it becomes infectious. That's for sure, Paul. And Tina's smiling, positive attitude. You know, people want to be a part of you and part of your organization. And Katie, thank you so much for your note in the chat about the QR code and stuff. I think you know, pulling all of that stuff together, that you can use a piece of this, a piece of that, you know, can turn things around. But that positive attitude of the membership chair and the president is just absolutely critical in growing your club. And like I said, my opinion, and I'll let Nancy provide hers. It's a success, you know, if you come 1 July and you maintained your previous year's membership level. I just think that, you know, that's important, because I know some aren't interested in growing their club, but if you're not interested in growing, and the last thing I'll say is about attrition. Everybody has to know what their attrition rate is in order to have an idea of what you need to do for the year. So Nancy, off to you.
Okay, thanks. My computer froze on me and it's still frozen, so I'm on my phone now. But you know, for all of those that you attended, thank you so much, because this is really, membership is a critical key part of what are the excitement and the fun that each of us will have in Rotary, not just the growing and the numbers, but all of that adds up. But again, a club that's growing is always exciting and fun to be with. So we're working on that, and I'm really excited, because Randy's gonna bring to us that same excitement he had for membership when he was governor a few years ago. So I'm looking at him putting those pieces together with those new ideas and the social media, and Janet there to help us. But it's really, really, really up to each and every one of us to give Janet the information, to come back to Randy, to look at the ideas and see what's going to work for our club, and making sure that our club membership, our website, our phone log, whatever it is, somebody's going to get back to these people and follow up. So all those ideas work. We just have to keep working them. They don't happen without our input. So thank you all for attending. Okay.
Thanks, everybody, and we'll see many of you. Like I said, second Wednesday of the month. We won't meet in July, because, you know, second Wednesday is just right around the corner, and you all are doing your change of installations and everything. So our first meeting will be in August, but it'll be a second Wednesday at 5:30, and look forward to seeing you all there. And then talking about your action plans and how you think things are going. So. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your Saturday morning. Sure appreciate you guys. So
Okay.
see you soon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Great. Good to see you, Kelly. Thanks.
See you next week, Randy.
Okay.
See you, Dennis.
Yep, Dennis, I'll see you next week or so. Yeah.
Yeah, you too. I got Randy coming Saturday. It's all good.
I heard the commanders are going to change that. What's the Army call it when you change commands?
Change of command.
There we
Yeah,
go. Change of command. Okay.
God.
Hey,
Yeah.
you notice Colonel Hart and Colonel Drake are in the same uniform today too, right? The gray shirt.
I noticed that earlier, Dennis.
Oh no.
We
You
plan
boys
everything.
need another Rotary shirt, I can tell. No, God bless you all for what you do. All right.
Thank you.
Okay,
So
thank
Randy,
you,
I'll
thank you.
see you Saturday, and Nance will see you the following
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. I hope to get there. I'm gonna land about 10:30. I'm gonna come straight to your meeting, so I'll be there hopefully by 11:30, a little bit early. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Perfect.
guys.
All right.
Out
Thank
here.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care. Okay, Naomi, are you still there? Oops. Maybe Naomi left me. Horrible working off of a phone.
Oh, no, you just gotta scroll, Nancy. Scroll so you can see who's on the call.
Oh, okay.
Scroll your screen.
Oh, okay. Well, I see. No, it's scroll to you. Okay, I see you. And then Dennis isn't lit up anymore. Okay. First off, how are you doing? And is Dean home yet? Or
July 1st. July
Oh,
1st, he's coming home.
okay, Tuesday. Is his pain still really bad?
It's not so much the pain, it's the low blood pressure.
Oh boy, that's so scary.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
scary.
because he's afraid that he'll fall, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can appreciate that. That's why my husband stayed. I mean, different. It was the pain that just knocked him out when it came to him. His pain was so amazing with his nerves starting to regenerate and connect to each other. I know, scary. Well, I pray for you, dear. I mean, seriously, I know it's hard. It's going to be hard on you. I mean, you want him home and he wants to be home, but it's going to be a lot of work. Of course, you got a doctor in the family at least, yeah. Your
Nurse. Nurse.
daughter-in-law, yeah. Is she emergency room?
Yeah, she's post-op or pre-op surgical nurse.
Oh, wow. At least she knows everything. At least you can call somebody. Me, I just 911ing it all the time. But yeah.
Hey, I need a white men's medium. Can you bring?
White men's medium.
Yeah,
Okay.
you want me to text you so you can remember?
Okay. If I don't have it, I have very, very little here because I took a lot to Calgary. I have only a few left from that, but I left them in Honolulu and I inventoried white men's medium. Hold on. I made a list. Yeah, great. I have one here with me, so I'll bring it, and then I'm going to re-inventory everything that I've got at
Okay.
Arden's, and I'm going to repack. When I come back, I'll pack up. I've taken one suitcase with one change of clothes only, so I'll bring that, and then I'll have it. And because tonight I go to Happy Days restaurant in Kaimuki, and then tomorrow I'm at lunch is up at the top of the Ilikai Hotel. Are you coming to either of those, or shall I figure out how to connect with you or something?
Is one East Honolulu? Is tomorrow East
Yes.
Honolulu?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to that.
Oh, okay. Wait, East Honolulu. Yeah, that's the one. That's Calvin Harris. In which one?
Oh, that's Kahala.
Kahala. Yeah. Okay. Kahala is tonight, and and I'll meet him tonight. He's picking me up from the airport so I can save taxi and all
Oh,
that.
good.
Yeah. So that's, Kahala's tonight then with Sherman Chum, and then Kelly Chun is East Honolulu tomorrow. So perfect. I'll see you tomorrow then. Great.
Okay. So do you want me to bring whatever I got in shirts?
Not necessarily. When I get to Arden's tonight, after the meeting tonight, then I'll inventory and add to, because I want to bring back, I have orders from the couple of clubs here that came in that I didn't get, but I went on Tuesday and Wednesday, I went to meetings here and then flew out on Thursday. So I didn't have time to get back to people. And I got my what I initially brought from here after a conference really, really low. I mean, like 2, 4, 6, I have like 10 shirts here in Hawaii in the Big Island with me. All the rest are at Arden's, or I've sold them already. But I have a lot at Arden's because I have the boxes from Rich. So I'm going to re-inventory the whole mess. So I think you keep what you get, and then I'll make sure I'll let you know what I have. And if you want me to get you more so you have kind of one of each size or something, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Well, and then
Okay.
I come back on the 7th and on the 8th. And then I think I was just stay in Honolulu on the 9th because I have to be here on the 10th. It's really a matter of what I got to do though to get ready for my 13th event. So in our newsletter that's going to come out, well, she said tomorrow, but when's it going to come out to the membership?
Monday.
Monday. Okay, that's really late. Only thing is most of the members still don't know about the 13th, you know, and stuff. So I was going to try and send them something, you know. I mean, we have tiptoed around and not wanted to bother the website by just blasting our own stuff out. So I'll try and make a lead of information